Welcome back to another edition of our weekly webinar series. In today's episode, we will continue on the topic of product knowledge, focusing our learning on cell phones and smartphones, a category that can boost our sales and our PLOs. But before we begin, let's review our non-negotiable loan standards. First, you must greet every customer within 5 seconds. Second, use probing questions to qualify the customer. Third, have the customer test the merchandise to ensure that it functions properly. Fourth, explain the 30-day contract and circle the due date and 1-month charge. Fifth, if a customer wants to pick up their loan, politely attempt to extend the loan. And finally, sixth, on all redeems, thank the customer, offer more money next time, and always give a loan guarantee card. Cell phones are often the first things people look at when they wake up, and it's usually the last thing they put down before they go to sleep. It only makes sense that we would come across cell phones as a part of our business. In this webinar, we will show you how to test and how to factory reset the major brands you will see come through your doors. Let's start off with Apple iPhones. When a customer is selling an iPhone to us or one is coming into the sales floor, you need to reset it to factory condition. Now, there's something very important that you must also do. Have the customer sign out of their iCloud account. This can be found in Settings, iCloud, Sign Out, and do not forget to delete the account. This does not permanently delete the account. The customer just has to sign back in and it will be like nothing happened. After you signed out of the iCloud, you can restore the phone to factory settings. To do this, you must go to Settings, General, Reset, Erase all content and settings. Now looking at Android phones. Many Samsung devices now have a Samsung and Google account that functions much like iCloud. The customer must sign out of this before they leave the store. Resetting an Android phone to factory settings will vary depending on the make and model. Just look in Settings for a Reset or Restore option to reset the phone to factory settings. For LG phones, with the phone off, press and hold the volume down and power buttons simultaneously until the LG logo appears on the screen. Quickly release and once again press the power button while continuing to hold the volume down button. When the reset screen appears, release all buttons. Now it's time to physically inspect the phone to assign a value. When inspecting a cell phone, make sure the volume and power buttons work as intended. Visually inspect the glass screen, the back of the phone, which nowadays they're usually made of glass, and all edges to make sure the phone is free from cracks and any deep scratches. Verify that the camera is intact, the camera glass is not cracked, and that the camera functions as intended. Now you want to check the IMEI number to ensure that the phone can be legally sold. The IMEI number can be found in Settings in the About section. It can also sometimes be found inside of the battery case or on the basket that holds the SIM card. Once you have the IMEI number, simply go to an IMEI checker on the store's internet browser and input the code. And now it's time for a quick recap. Cell phones are a large part of our lives and can be a large part of our business as well. Always remember to have the customers sign out of their iCloud, Samsung, or Google accounts. If the customer is still signed in, then the phone is useless to anyone but the customer. Check all aspects of the phones when they're being brought in to ensure proper functionality. Lastly, factory reset and clean all phones so that they're basically brand new on our shelves waiting for their next owner. And once again, I'd like to thank everyone for taking time out of their day to listen to another edition of our weekly webinar series. Remember that knowledge is power, and in our business, it pays to know. That is one of the many reasons why we are the best in the world at whatever we do.